Have you ever sat down at the dinner table, looked at a bowl of steamed broccoli, and thought to yourself, surely this is doing me good? I mean, it's broccoli, right? The green crown jewel of healthy eating. Packed with fiber, loaded with antioxidants, often featured at the top of every superfood list. But what if I told you that this very vegetable, if cooked or consumed the wrong way, might silently sabotage your health over time? That in some cases, especially for those over 60, it could even raise your risk of inflammation, cognitive decline, or worse. It sounds unbelievable. I used to think the same until I met a patient named Daniel, a retired math teacher in his late 60s. He was doing everything right by the book: lean proteins, whole grains, daily broccoli at lunch, but his energy levels were plummeting. He struggled to focus. His annual checkup showed rising inflammatory markers and mild memory lapses. The culprit, not broccoli itself, but how he was eating it. You see, emerging nutritional science has revealed something critical. Certain preparation methods, especially boiling or microwaving broccoli at high temperatures, can strip it of sulforaphane, the powerful plant compound responsible for many of its cancer-fighting and brain-protective effects. Even more surprising, some studies suggest that overcooked cruciferous vegetables may release compounds that irritate the gut lining in sensitive individuals, potentially triggering low-grade systemic inflammation, a risk factor for both cardiovascular disease and dementia. Now, does that mean broccoli is bad for you? Absolutely not. But like many things in health, it's not just what you eat, it's how you prepare it when you eat it, and what your body actually absorbs. And here's something we often forget as we age: our digestive enzymes, gut microbiota, and antioxidant demands change. What worked for us at 30 may no longer serve us at 65, especially when it comes to vegetables that require specific enzymes like myrosinase to unlock their benefits. Let's take a step back. Think of your health like a delicate orchestra. Every food, every nutrient plays a role, but if one instrument is out of tune, the whole system suffers. That's why understanding the science behind food preparation is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity, especially for older adults navigating energy dips, sleep troubles, and memory fog. So today, we're not here to cancel broccoli. Far from it. We're here to reclaim it with intention, knowledge, and small adjustments that can make a huge difference. You'll discover how to enjoy this vegetable in ways that support your heart, protect your brain, and extend your vitality well into your golden years. Now let's move forward, because this isn't just about one vegetable. It's about how you show up for your body every single day. So what happens when something that's meant to protect you starts working against you without you even knowing? That's the hidden risk we now face with broccoli. You see, most people have been told for decades that broccoli is one of the ultimate cancer-fighting superfoods, and that's absolutely true when it's prepared correctly. But here's the deeper truth. The potential of broccoli to fight cancer is highly dependent on how you cook and combine it. That one detail can mean the difference between cellular protection and silent cellular stress. I recently worked with Margaret, a 72-year-old retired nurse. She prided herself on eating broccoli nearly every day, boiled, soft, easy to chew. But she came to me frustrated. Her inflammatory markers were up, and a recent cognitive test showed early signs of mild memory decline. She was confused. How could this happen when she was eating clean? The answer wasn't in what she was eating, but how. Science has now confirmed that broccoli's most powerful anti-cancer compound, sulforaphane, doesn't exist in its final form inside the plant. It has to be activated by an enzyme called myrosinase, which is fragile. When you boil broccoli or microwave it at high heat, especially past 5 minutes, you destroy that enzyme. Without myrosinase, sulforaphane can't form, and without you'll lose the very compound that helps detoxify cancer-causing chemicals and reduce tumor-promoting inflammation. A study from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that boiling broccoli for more than 5 minutes can reduce sulforaphane content by up to 90%. That's not a small margin. That's the difference between a medicinal food and a plate of fiber with fading potential. And it's not just boiling. Oversteaming, microwaving at high wattage, or even reheating broccoli in ready-made frozen meals can render it nutritionally hollow. In fact, many pre-cooked broccoli dishes, especially those sold in frozen trays or instant meals, contain preservatives and artificial flavors that may burden the liver, disrupt gut balance, or worse, counteract the oxidative stress broccoli is supposed to relieve. Then there's the common mistake of pairing broccoli with acidic dressings like lemon juice or vinegar immediately after cooking. While these add flavor, they may unintentionally degrade vitamin C and reduce iron absorption, which in older adults can impair oxygen flow to the brain, potentially accelerating fatigue and cognitive slowdown. So what's the solution? Margaret and I worked on adjusting how she prepared her meals. Instead of boiling, she now lightly steams broccoli for under 3 minutes, just enough to soften the texture but preserve its bioactive enzymes. We added a small spoon of Dijon mustard after cooking because mustard seeds contain active myrosinase that boosts sulforaphane availability even when cooking breaks it down. Another tip: she drizzles a little extra virgin olive oil instead of acidic dressings, helping her body absorb fat-soluble antioxidants like beta-carotene and lutein. The change was subtle, but the results weren't. Her brain fog lifted, her energy stabilized, and most importantly, her follow-up labs showed decreased inflammation. This is why nutrition isn't just a matter of choosing good foods, it's about unlocking their potential. Because let's face it, when you're over 60, your digestive capacity isn't what it used to be. Enzymes decline, your gut lining may be more sensitive, and your brain is more vulnerable to oxidative stress than ever before. That means the margin for error is smaller and the opportunity for healing is greater, if you get the details right. So now, let's move forward, because cancer prevention and cognitive protection aren't just goals, they are daily bite-sized decisions. And broccoli, when treated with care, can absolutely be your ally, but misuse it, and it might quietly betray your best intentions. Let's keep exploring the science, because in the next segment we'll dive into how broccoli, when improperly eaten, might not only weaken your immunity but also impact how clearly you think and how well you remember the people and moments that matter most. By now we've seen how broccoli, when misunderstood, can undermine memory and brain health. But there's another layer of concern that's even more urgent for many older adults: how this so-called superfood interacts with prescription medications. For millions of seniors, daily medication isn't optional, it's a lifeline. Whether it's to manage blood pressure, prevent stroke, or stabilize blood sugar, the right drug can mean the difference between independence and emergency. But what if something as innocent as a serving of broccoli could quietly interfere with those medications, reducing their effectiveness or worse, intensifying their risks? That's not a hypothetical, it's a documented reality. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 74-year-old woman I worked with who had survived a minor stroke and was on warfare and a common blood thinner. She'd always prided herself on her healthy diet, and broccoli was a staple on her plate. But her blood test results became unpredictable. Some weeks her blood was too thick, other times dangerously thin. She hadn't changed her medication, her schedule, or her habits, except for one thing: her broccoli intake varied from day to day. What she didn't know, and what many seniors overlook, is that broccoli is high in vitamin K, a nutrient that promotes blood clotting. When eaten in large amounts, it can counteract the effect of blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin. That makes the blood more prone to clotting, increasing the risk of heart attack, stroke, or DVT. But suddenly removing broccoli from your diet can cause the opposite effect, leading to uncontrolled bleeding. Doctors don't advise cutting broccoli out entirely. In fact, they encourage consistency. If your diet includes vitamin-rich foods like broccoli regularly, your doctor can calibrate your medication accordingly. The real danger lies in fluctuations, where the body doesn't have a stable baseline, and the medication can't do its job predictably. Now let's move forward, because this isn't just about blood thinners. For people with type 2 diabetes, broccoli presents a different kind of risk. While it's true that broccoli is a low-glycemic vegetable and a good source of fiber, it also contains sulforaphane, which has been shown to lower blood sugar levels. Normally that's a good thing, but for seniors who are already taking medications like metformin or insulin, broccoli's natural blood sugar lowering effect can stack on top of the drug's action, leading to hypoglycemia, and that's not a mild inconvenience. I've seen patients like James, 69, a retired police officer, become lightheaded, disoriented, or even faint after combining his diabetes medication with a large broccoli-based smoothie. He thought he was doing something healthy, but in his case, the extra help broccoli gave pushed his blood sugar too low, too fast. It's a classic example of how even healthy foods need to be treated like active agents, because that's exactly what they are now. If you're thinking, well, I don't have diabetes or clotting issues, so I'm safe, hold that thought. Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous family, which means it contains goitrogens, natural compounds that can interfere with thyroid function. These goitrogens inhibit iodine uptake, which is essential for a healthy thyroid. For seniors with hypothyroidism, or those taking levothyroxine, too much raw broccoli can dull the effectiveness of their medication over time, leaving them fatigued, cold, or mentally sluggish. The solution: cook it. Light steaming or sauteing greatly reduces goitrogenic activity while still preserving much of the vegetable's nutritional value. For thyroid patients, this simple adjustment can prevent an otherwise healthy habit from becoming a hidden liability. What this all comes down to is a shift in mindset. Food is powerful. It's not just nourishment, it's chemistry. And when chemistry interacts with pharmaceuticals, the result depends on precision. That doesn't mean broccoli is dangerous, far from it. But for older adults on prescription medications, it means asking the right questions. How often are you eating it? How much? In what form? And does your doctor or pharmacist know? A few small changes: keeping intake consistent, avoiding large raw servings if you have thyroid issues, and monitoring your blood sugar closely if diabetic, ensure that broccoli remains a friend, not a foe. Now, as we continue this journey, let's take a closer look at portion control and digestive health, because even the healthiest foods can tip the balance when consumed without mindfulness. By now, you understand, broccoli isn't just a vegetable, it's a bioactive powerhouse. But as we've seen, the line between healing and harm lies in how you prepare and consume it. After all, Even the most potent medicine becomes even dangerous when used incorrectly. So the question is, how do we eat broccoli the right way? Let me tell you about Linda, a 67-year-old health-conscious woman who came to me for help managing her fatigue and occasional digestive discomfort. She was eating broccoli nearly every day, proud of her consistency. But what she didn't realize was that she was boiling it into nutritional oblivion, then pairing it with acidic dressings, like vinegar and lemon juice. The result? The broccoli lost most of its sulforaphane content, while the acidic toppings interfered with her body's ability to absorb iron and vitamin C, and to make matters worse, she was eating it in large fibrous servings that left her feeling bloated and sluggish. What Linda needed wasn't less broccoli, it was smarter broccoli. Let's start with preparation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is overcooking it, boiling, cooking in the microwave, or steaming it to mush. These high-heat methods destroy sulforaphane, the compound responsible for broccoli's cancer-fighting, brain-protecting, and inflammation-lowering properties. Research from the Journal of Nutrition confirms that steaming broccoli lightly 3 minutes preserves both sulforaphane and myrosinase, the enzyme that activates it. This simple timing shift unlocks the full medicinal value of the vegetable. But cooking isn't everything. What you pair with broccoli can dramatically affect what your body absorbs. Many older adults drizzle acidic sauces on their veggies, believing it adds flavor and aids digestion. But in reality, acidic components like vinegar can degrade antioxidants and interfere with iron absorption, to things we want to protect as we age. Instead, pairing broccoli with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or a sprinkle of walnuts helps the body better absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin K and beta-carotene. Now let's move forward, because quantity matters. 2. Even something as beneficial as broccoli can backfire when consumed in excess. Large amounts of raw or fibrous broccoli can overwhelm the digestive tract, leading to bloating, gas, and nutrient malabsorption. This is especially important for older adults whose digestion may be slower and more sensitive. And for those managing diabetes, too much broccoli, particularly when combined with glucose-lowering medications, can drive blood sugar levels dangerously low. The solution: balance. Include broccoli as part of a well-rounded meal, not a solo act. Linda, for instance, began pairing her lightly steamed broccoli with quinoa and grilled salmon, aiding stability through slow-digesting carbs and lean protein. This combo kept her blood sugar steady, digestion calm, and energy restored. But here's where it gets exciting. Certain food pairings don't just enhance broccoli's effects, they amplify them. When broccoli is eaten alongside onions, which contain the flavonoid quercetin, it creates a powerful synergy that supports the brain and cardiovascular system. Add in a dash of turmeric and you boost its anti-inflammatory potential even further. Even tomatoes, rich in lycopene, combine with broccoli to increase antioxidant activity and cellular defense, something researchers at the University of Illinois have explored in depth. By simply combining broccoli with these allies, you're no longer eating a side dish, you're creating a functional therapeutic meal. And let's not forget the emotional layer here. Food isn't just fuel, it's connection, memory, and routine. When seniors prepared broccoli with intention, light steam, healthy fats, thoughtful pairing, it transforms from a chore into an act of self-respect. It becomes part of a ritual of caring for the body and protecting the mind. So yes, broccoli can be a daily health ally, but only if you treat it like what it is, a nutrient-dense tool that responds to how you use it. Now that you know how to eat broccoli safely and effectively, there's one more truth we can't ignore. Not all broccoli is created equal. The variety, the soil, even the storage conditions can influence its health impact. Let's explore what kind of broccoli you should actually be choosing the next time you visit the store, and how to avoid the hidden toxins that may be riding along with it. So here's the big picture. It's not about fearing broccoli or obsessing over every nutrient. It's about making small, intentional changes that honor your body and support your future. You've seen how something as simple as how you steam, pair, or portion your broccoli can transform it from a missed opportunity into a life-enhancing ally. And that truth extends far beyond one vegetable. What you choose today, how you eat, how you think, how you care for yourself goes into tomorrow. And the beauty is, it's not about perfection. It's about presence. Choosing to pause, to prepare food with wisdom, to tune in instead of rushing through. Because health isn't a quick fix, it's a rhythm, a daily practice of respect for your body, your brain, and your potential. And every mindful bite you take is an act of self-care that matters. So, I ask you, what's one thing you've learned today that you'll take with you? Was it the way broccoli and turmeric work together to protect your mind? Or perhaps the reminder that consistency, not extremes, is the key to safe, powerful nutrition? Take a moment, reflect, and if you're willing, share your thoughts in the comments below. Even one insight you apply could be the shift that changes how you age, and it might inspire someone else along the way. If this video helped you rethink something, whether in the kitchen or in your mindset, feel free to tap the like button. And if you haven't already, you're warmly invited to subscribe and turn on notifications. Not because you have to, but because it's a simple way to stay connected to more content that supports your well-being, gently and consistently. Thank you for being here, for investing in your health, and for walking this journey with us one thoughtful choice at a time.